In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars. Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Anakin Skywalker from the Vintage Collection. He's on the Clone Wars card, but as you can see they have actually put Hayden Christensen onto the card back. He is like the realistic version of the animated character, sort of like combining the two, which is pretty awesome. Of course this figure is a reissue or repack, whatever the way you want to call it. He probably came out in around 2011, I'd imagine. Let's see what number he is. VC92, possibly even 2012. But I guess Hasbro thought with the Clone Wars coming back that it'd be a good opportunity to release this figure along with the Darth Maul figure, even though he is not a Clone Wars figure. He's obviously the Phantom Menace, and also of course they are releasing the Obi-Wan Kenobi as well with the similar realistic style. But let's have a look at this card back. So obviously they've got a bit of a mock-up image of Anakin Skywalker there using Hayden Christensen's head there. I think it's done pretty well. It's not too bad. Looks decent enough to me, but it's more about the figure for this one. I've never had this figure loose, so I'm looking forward to getting this figure out. And obviously it has used the photo real tech on the face, or the deco that they use. Not really too sure how this is going to come out. I don't think the sculpt was ever really too good for this figure in the first place, to be honest. But as I said, he's VC92. You've got the rest of the figures on the wave. I've already done the review for Darth Maul and Wicket, so check those videos out whenever you can. And of course, those are the most recent wave that's come out. And of course, on the channel, I've done reviews for all of those as well. We've got the Vintage Collection logo on the back, Disney and Hasbro at the bottom. And yeah, a load of legal gumph, which nobody really cares about. But yep, let's get the figure out and we'll take a look. Alright, so here he is out of the packaging, standing there with his 501st little mini army there of Echo 5s and Jesse. Just a shame that we haven't got Captain Rex yet, but I'm sure he is on the way. Can't wait to get him. But let's just take a look at the head sculpt and the face deco that they've done on this guy. So, I don't know. I mean, as I said, I wasn't a fan of the sculpt anyway, originally. And I'm not sure if the new photo reel has actually improved it at all. I just think his head or his face, it's a little bit pointy, his nose, for Hayden Christensen, in my opinion. But then again, if you turn it around just to sort of maybe there, I think you get a bit of a likeness of him. And you can see the little scar there. But I think, I don't know, when you're comparing it to something like this, I mean, you know, they're worlds apart in terms of the quality of the sculpt. You can just see how far they've come in, nearly 10 years. You know, unbelievable really. But still, it's a pretty decent figure by itself. I mean, I do like the combination of the soft goods and obviously his plastic torso there. Decent looking detail on his belt. Some nice silver paintwork going on there, and all over the figure I do believe there is again this kind of wash. So it's similar to the Wicket figure. I think they've just treated them just slightly with a bit of extra paintwork just to give them that extra sort of detail, I guess. That's definitely present on the belt anyway. You can really see the detail maybe on the patch, for example. You know, it's not just that one colour plastic. There's a definite sort of wash over it to give it a bit of weathering. You can see the insignia on his shoulder there. See, that side there, I don't think it really looks like Hayden, but I think this side, just there, I think it looks all right. But definitely front on, I don't know, he just looks like he's got a bit of a pointy face. It's not quite right. We seem to have a bit of sort of paint coming through, darker paint coming through underneath the flesh colour, which isn't great, but anyway. So obviously this is a reissued figure from back in the day. As I mentioned before, they've probably done it because of the Clone Wars, just to get some Clone Wars figures out there. So we've got the Obi-Wan, we've got this. They've released Darth Maul in that wave, and as I said, even though he's on a Phantom Menace card, I think they just wanted to get another Darth Maul out there. Wicket the Ewok's the odd one, why they're bringing him out. Another disappointing thing about this figure, and something that they could have corrected, is there's no hole on the belt for his unlit lightsaber. So you do get the hilt, but at the end of the day he's just going to carry it in his hand instead of the lit lightsaber. because you can't sort of put it on his belt, which is a bit of a disappointment really. But decent sculpting on the figure. I mean, look at the gloves, they're nice. All over really, his outfit is pretty good, and yeah, it's nice to have some Clone Wars figures. You know, anyone that watches my channel knows that I do like the realistic style of figures. I wasn't a massive fan of the animated sort of skinny cartoony figures, so when they make characters from those shows look realistic, I think that's a nice combination. I like it when they do that. But there he is. If you haven't seen my review, by the way, for the Clone 3-pack, that's on the channel. Absolutely stunning 3-pack, those figures. They are so good. But this video is all about Anakin. All the articulation that you're going to need. See, it's a vintage collection figure, so you've got the head on the ball, plenty of movement there, ball jointed shoulders, hinges on the elbows, which swivel of course. We do have hinges on the hands, and then underneath there we just have swivel legs, but of course got ball jointed knees, and we've got a hinge at the ankle, which just swivel. They don't have the rocker, which these guys do. So yeah, again, you can just see how things have come on in 10 years. But there he is, Anakin Skywalker. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It'd be good to know your thoughts on this figure. Are you happy they brought him out? I do know that this one and the Obi-Wan figure were, you know, getting reasonably expensive on the secondary market. So for anyone out there that didn't have those figures, then I'm sure you'll be happy with that. I didn't actually have those two carded. I wasn't really overly bothered about those, particularly when I was trying to get the run of the vintage collection. I was more concerned with the original trilogy figures and the prequel trilogy figures. You know, something from the Clone Wars wasn't really something that I was after. There was only, I think, 3 or 4 anyway, so it wasn't like, you know, you'd be missing out necessarily. But now they've re-released them, I'm happy to pick them up. And of course, we got the Wolf figure as well, and I'm sure more will come. Of course, we are getting 5s on a single card, apparently, in the next wave of the vintage collection. So we'll have to wait for them to reveal that. But they're coming very soon as well, so that'll be awesome. Alright then guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching as per usual, and we shall see you on the next one.